Generation of high impulse voltages. The methods which can be used to generate high impulse voltages are single stage generator circuit and multi-stage impulse generator. Multi-stage impulse generator was proposed by Marx, hence it is called as a Marx circuit. Then this transient or impulse over voltages are mainly due to lightning and switching surges. This lightning prolongs for a short duration, whereas switching surges prolongs for longer duration. And this lightning and switching surges can cause steep buildup of voltages on transmission line and other electrical appliances. Lightning over voltage waveform can be represented as double exponential curve. Then the waveform has fastest rising edge and a longer tail, which is described through a peak value, rise time, and duration, that is tail time or fall time. And this is the standard shape for impulse voltage. Here you see that this is the wave front up to this, up to T4 O2. This T4, the wave represents the wave front, then the remaining portion represents the wave tail. Then here we have to explain two terms, two different times. One is the front time, then another one is the tail time. Front time is nothing but that is here 10 percentage of the peak value, that is the time corresponding to the 10 percentage of the peak value is T1, and 90 percentage, the time taken to reach the 90 percentage of the peak value is T3. Okay, this time interval, that is T3 minus T1 multiplied by 1.25, that is 1.25 into OT3 minus OT1 is called as front time. This one is called as front time. Then another thing is a tail time or fall time. Here you see that is draw a parallel line to the time axis 50 percentage. It cuts the wave tail here, that just to project it to the time axis, the time is T5. This OT3 represents the fall time. This OT3 represents the fall time. That is front time or rise time or whatever may be that. That is OT3 minus OT1. Whereas this fall time is represented as OT3. Okay. Then the specification of the standard waveform is very important. Here for the standard waveform, through experiments, the scientists were proved that the front time or rise time is in the order of 0.5 to 10 microseconds, whereas delay time corresponding to the 50 percentage of the peak value of the order of 30 to 200 microseconds. This is very, very important. That is front time or rise time ranges in the order of 0.5 to 10 microsecond, and the delay time is in the order of 30 to 200 microseconds. Then first one is single stage generator circuit. Here the capacitance C1, this is the spark gap, and R1, R2 and C2 are the wave shaping circuit. Wave shaping circuit. Here the capacitor C1 is charged with the help of the DC voltage source V. Okay. Then by some external means, if you close this spark gap, then what it happens, the capacitance, the voltage stored in the capacitance will be discharged through R1, R2 and C2. Then while discharging R1, uh, based on this value, the front time is controlled. Based on the value of R1, the front time is controlled. Then similarly, based on the value of R2 here, based on the value of R2, the fall time or delay time, that is wave tail is controlled. R1 is used to control the wave front and R2 is used to control the wave tail. And capacitance C2 represents the full load capacitance elements which are in parallel to the test object. Then here a multi-stage impulse generator, otherwise it is called as Mark circuit. Here the generator capacitance C1 is to be first charged and then discharged into wave shaping circuits. The single capacitor may be used for voltages up to 200 kV. Beyond this voltage, a single capacitor unit becomes too costly and the size becomes very large. So a bank of capacitors are charged in parallel and then discharged in series. Such a circuit is called as multi-stage impulse generator or Marx generator. Here you see that voltage source. Then here this is RS is the charging resistor which controls the charging capacitance C1. After that you are having that spark gap and all. Then here R1 and R2 are the wave shaping circuits. Then finally the test object. As we discussed before that R1 and R2 controls the front and tail portion of the wave. And here you see that first the capacitance C is charged, after that sparks the gap, then it will, the passage comes like this. Then finally the voltage is passed through that R1 R2, then finally the test object. Okay, that is the generator capacitance C. This C is first charged and then discharged into the wave shaping circuits. Okay, then here usually the charging resistance, this one, usually the charging resistance RS is chosen to limit the charging current to about 50 to 100 microamps, and the generator capacitance, and this generator capacitance C is chosen is the product of C into RS is about 10 seconds to 1 minute. And here the gap spacing, the spear gap spacing is chosen in such a way that the breakdown voltage of the gap should be greater than the capacitance voltage, otherwise or charging voltage V. Then when an impulse generator is discharged, the gaps are made to spark over simultaneously. In order to discharge, that means they should be short circuited by some external means, would be discharged to some external means. Then the discharge time constant, should be very small in the term of microseconds. In the term here, the next this is also the Mark circuit with the incorporation of wave shaping resistors. Here you see that R1 wave shaping circuits, R1 and R2, R1 and R2, where n is the number of stages, the nominal energy stored is given by this equation, where C1 equal to C by N is the discharge capacitance and V is the nominal maximum voltage, that is N times the charging voltage. Okay, now we will discuss that what are the specification of each components in a multi-stage impulse generator. Here DC charging set, this one DC charging set, this DC charging unit should be capable of giving a variable DC voltage of either polarity to charge the generator capacitors to the required value. Then coming for that charging resistors RS, RS. This RS should be that 10 to 100 kilo ohms. Then maximum voltage, each resistor will be designed to have a maximum voltage between 50 and 100 kV. Then generator capacitors, will be capable of giving 100 kVA of current, and the spark gaps, the spark gaps will be usually spheres or hemispheres of 10 to 25 10 to 25 centimeter diameter. And coming for that wave shaping resistors and capacitors, here the resistors will be non-inductive wound tie and should be capable of discharging impulse currents of 1000 amps. Then similarly, each resistor will be designed for a maximum voltage of 50 to 100 kV. And coming for this capacitance value should be, it is a oil filled or otherwise compressed gas type capacitor with a capacitance of 1 to 10 nanofarad. Then the triggering system consists of a spark gaps to cause spark breakdown of the gaps. Then next one is a generation of high impulse current. Lightning discharges involves both high voltage impulse and high current impulse on transmission line. Protective gear like surge diverters have to discharge the lightning current without damage. Therefore, the generation of impulse current waveforms of high magnitude, that is approximated to 100 kA peak, to find the application in test work as well as the basic research on nonlinear resistors. Here the figure shows the impulse current generator and the current waveform. In order to produce high impulse current, a bank of capacitors are connected in parallel and charged to a specified value and then discharged to the RL circuit. Okay, here C represents the bank of capacitor connected in parallel. This unit is charged from a DC source to a voltage up to 200 kV, where R represents the dynamic resistance of the, here R represents the dynamic resistance of the test object, and the resistance of the circuit and the shunt. L is an R core. This L is an R core inductor. L is an R core high current inductor. Then if the capacitor is charged to V, then discharged to, when it will discharge, when the spark gap is triggered, it is discharged to the test object. Here this is the waveform shown here. Okay. The next one, very high impulse current can be generated with the help of this diagram. Here the capacitor banks, are positioned like a horseshoe type, which is positioned like a horseshoe type. Here, in order to minimize the effective inductance, the capacitance are subdivided into smaller units. Assume that N1 groups of capacitor, each group consisting of N2 units, and if L0 is the, here you see, if L0 is the inductance of the common discharge path and L1 is that of thing, then finally you get that effective inductance L equal to L0 in plus L1 N1 plus L2 N1 N2. Okay. Okay. Thank you.